Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Wine Chat. A few weeks ago it was English Wine Week, so I decided to take a few days out and headed down to the seaside town of Brighton. And of course it couldn't be English Wine Week without a little bit of English summertime rain. Now a few reasons I decided to head down to Brighton. I heard it had many fantastic restaurants serving some local produce, including some great English wines and beers, and also it was very close to the Ridgeview Wine Estate, which is where I was booked into a food and wine pairing tour. Now if you haven't been down to Brighton, I would highly recommend it. Even if the weather was not so amazing, as you can see here, it was actually incredibly overcast and the beach is very pebbly. I experienced some fantastic hospitality and I drank some great wines and beers while trying to keep my focus on English producers, of course. I'll link in the description box below the places that I checked out that I really enjoyed, so you can go check them out yourself. But the main reason I was here was to visit the Ridgeview Wine Estate. Based on the edge of the South Downs since 1995, Ridgeview was one of the first wineries in England to focus solely on sparkling wine production. And it's very easy to get there, just a quick 15-minute train ride from Brighton, followed by a 5-minute taxi ride, and you'll arrive at the beautiful Ridgeview Wine Estate. I'm pretty sure the definition of happiness is the feeling you get when walking into a vineyard. The vineyards here on the estate are planted to 60% Chardonnay and the other 40% split between Pinot Noir and Meunier. The vines you can see right now are their Chardonnay vines. Now not all their fruit is estate grown, they do buy some in from some other local grape growers. Now what's really lovely about Ridgeview is that it is very much a family business, founded by Mike Roberts MBE, who was a trailblazer in the English sparkling industry. In 2013 he passed the business down to his children Tamara and Simon, who work as CEO and head winemaker, and it is still family owned to this day. Now what you can see here in this lovely overcast English day is some more of their Chardonnay vines. Just a short walk through a little bit of forest takes you to their Pinot Noir and Meunier vines. Now this forest is really important because there are two different microclimates on either side of this forest, and you can actually feel the temperature rise ever so slightly, which is super important to make sure that all the black grapes ripen properly. Ridgeview works as sustainably as they can, having cover crops in the vines, spraying only when absolutely necessary, using solar power and having a special waste treatment program. All the grapes are hand harvested and pressed in a very gentle way, only using the free run or first press juice for their wines. What you can see here is going to grow into a beautiful bunch of Pinot Noir grapes throughout the summer and will be picked when ripe sometime between September and October. Here is the base wine being bottled with the addition of the liqueur de triage, a mixture of yeast and sugar that will make the second fermentation happen. The bottles will be laid down and aged on their lees for at least 9 months. As you can see, Ridgeview uses all stainless steel, making sure the wine stays fresh and varietally pure as possible. Now it's time to try some wines. First up is the Bloomsbury, which, fun fact, was the official wine served for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Predominantly Chardonnay with a little bit of Pinot Noir and Meunier added in. It is very fresh with hints of citrus and melon. Next is the Cavendish, which is mostly Pinot Noir with a little bit of Meunier and Chardonnay added into it. This had a deeper richness to it with notes of juicy red berries and warm almonds. Then I had the Fitzrovia Rosé, made from the 3 grapes of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Meunier, a delicate sparkling with fresh raspberry and red currant aromas. These wines were all paired with local produce, including some delicious English cheeses. Finally, we had the Victoria Rosé 2009 vintage from Pinot Noir and Meunier grapes, made with the Saunier method, a wine with great finesse and a surprisingly fuller body with notes of red summer berries and honey. It was so great paired with some local strawberries and cream. Finally, it was time to say goodbye to the vines and head back to Brighton. In Brighton, I went straight to the Flint House restaurant for lunch, and of course I ordered a glass of the delicious Ridgeview Bloomsbury Sparkling, a perfect way to end a day in the vines. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, remember, drink better, be better.